He should be careful. They will stain him. Because I don't
He's
know
already
how
started.
No, Queen Abiki, a lawyer. Please now. I come up for the. It can always
but
come out to
gbogbo
what
credibility tí wọ́n ní ló máa
no
drain now.
no. A
But the
lawyer will
thing
always
is,
find his way.
you know why?
That's
You
the
know
thing.
why I don't think it's a problem, because these people that are dragging him, none of them would ever have the money to even employ him anyway. After all the Mohbad nonsense is gone, people are not seeing
Exactly.
it. Like
And
potential,
any scapegoat
yeah.
being catch.
Not even about. I'm not even talking about the scapegoat now. I'm thinking like, okay, if this messing up that they're messing him up, it's not going to affect his profession because the
Yeah,
people,
of course.
his potential clients are not seeing all this nonsense. And all
A
these people
lawyer
that
would
are
always
dragging him
win
would
some,
never have
even
to employ him because they don't have his money.
a lawyer would always win some cases and lose some. And
You know,
in,
this
in law in law practice, there's always the good side of the news and the bad side of the news, which they understand. So if people start to drag him now, they might feel like, it's the opposition party who doesn't believe in his hearing, you get, or in his practice. So
all this on the it's only on TikTok. After they do all their whatever, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. If uh, Julius Berger or Moby want to employ him to do a case for them, would they now be thinking, oh, this is what they are saying on TikTok about him? They don't even see all this. The thing is, this whole matter is mainly on TikTok and maybe
I
slightly
always
on
keep saying
Facebook.
it. I always keep
If you
saying
go
it.
to Lagos, if you go to Nigeria, people are not discussing it. The noise is on TikTok and a little bit on Facebook.
Even TikTok is just like 2% of TikTok.
It's dwindling. It's not like it used to even be. It's gone. It's gone. Now
It's gone
people
down.
are just dragging themselves. Not really about just for Mohbad anymore. It's personal battles that is happening now.
On
You know,
individual battle is what they are fighting now.
they don't even have time for Wumi anymore. It's
We'll be the friends now.
Confi versus this person today.
I swear.
Lori Ebi versus this one tomorrow. This one versus Baba Mohbad tomorrow.
Even me
Critical
say,
thinkers versus this one.
critical thinker.
All of them are just fighting one another in
They
that
are
their
fighting each
camp.
other, I swear.
Yomi
Even
versus
Bayo.
African TV.
Look at the day he was trying to engage with the aristocrat or chairman. Well,
Who?
this critical thinkers guys now. He was trying to engage chairman aristocrat. I, because for me, I'm just wondering, like, how do you guys go underground, try to make policies and rules to change things, and then come back to the same place again? Like, how can you be trying to avoid something and then you end up trying your best, and you didn't make a single progress?
I think the thing is, if you have drama, and which Yomi has plenty of, if you have drama, you will clean out from that camp. Just be imagine Yomi just walking. All he did was he went to Mohbad Estate, was walking up and down, showing videos of people's houses, and this is the camera, this is this is this, and they turned a superstar. And nobody is thinking, okay, all these things that he's done, what have we actually achieved? What most of these things that are contributing for is your personal battle. He has a battle with Adura for defamation or whatever case that he has. He has a case with
Exactly.
King White,
Damola. That's
Damola.
okay for Damola.
Those are his personal. It has nothing to do with justice for Mohbad.
And the
But
funny thing was that it was actually advised to pick a case with all these guys so that he can be in this game. Because at first, right, he didn't even see that. He didn't even see that. What's it called? The attempt of sending 3 seconds as a scam or as a bait. You get. It was
yeah,
people that even advised him like, "Oh, try to report this case." He was still trying to put it together with what Kid Mobile. You get. But
yeah.
now he has been advised that, oh no, you can actually have a different case with these people who try to create a different case and try to create a scenario. And the point of arresting all these guys were never related to what killed Mo.
At all. But he
You
keeps
get.
making it look like
Yeah,
is a justice for Mohbad thing. because he keeps saying that he's the complainant. Complainant about what?
To a civil matter.
No, what did he complain about? He's lying because this Damola matter is Adura went to police to say he was being impersonated. The only part Yomi is involved is that it's the one that they sent the message to.
The message. And they're
Other
planning
than
to
that,
scam him.
Yomi has no business in this matter. He has not lost anything. No right of his
And
has been
I know one thing.
violated.
You know one thing. You know what could have changed this whole story was that if Yomi had tried to pay money that day, he would have even have a reasonable ground.
Exactly, that they extorted
Because
him.
now it's an attempt to extort, not even the extorting.
Yes, they have not extorted you, so you have not lost anything. None of your right has been
When he gets to
impinged
court,
upon.
they would discard it because if he had paid just 5,000 naira,
Then
case would be sweet now.
you can claim
Yeah,
extortion.
case would be much
You have not
better.
lost a penny. You have not. The only thing they message you. So that's the end. You don't have any right. You don't have anything. Police have taken over the matter, and it's a case of impersonation and all of that. All these, I'm the complainant. And he keeps repeating that complainant where, complaint to who, that what.
The state government for a potential attempt of fraud.
You can't claim it. They didn't extort him. Like, he didn't lose anything. Somebody sent you a message.
I just hope that all of these actions with this NGO, he would not come back to bite him because as much as
There's
we can
not.
only say it is Nigeria, things would happen. Because unless you're limiting yourself to this current event, if you want to look at the future plans, you know
These
there are
people
some
have no
things.
future plans. 99% of NGOs. You see, if you go to that CAC site, right? If you search foundation, it will give you hundreds of it. Yeah,
And they are non-active.
they are not. They are inactive. People just do it. They'll think, oh, because the thing is, they believe that it's easy to make money from it. But the thing is, after you do it for a while, you now find it draining, and you're not.
Exactly.
So people,
Even the tax return alone, you would
yes,
not be
man.
able to
People will go.
survive.
You walk on the street, you start saying, oh, you are giving people this, you are giving people that. They go and open foundation, thinking the main aim of all of them is to get to a point where they will get grants. But that grant, they don't give grant to people like Yomi. Yomi cannot raise money anywhere other than on TikTok or all this Facebook.
You cannot even be on UN or on this thing. UN or even
No
what's
way,
it called?
UN where he cannot go to any company because one, okay, that's imagine you have a company and this person comes to say, okay, well, an NGO, we need funding for XYZ. One, Yomi's books is rubbish because his account was inactive for 5 years until recently when people started dragging, then he went to do whatever we did to have it activated.
I'm sure
Two,
he had to
two,
double pay to get that thing done. No? You know those kind of sharp this thing.
yeah. Two, it doesn't have like a website. There's nothing really to show
It doesn't
there's no
even have
mission
an agenda.
statement.
It doesn't even
There's
have a
nothing
plan.
really other than I'm going on Facebook to ask for money for Baba Jesha. I'm going on Facebook to ask for money for Mohbad. And if you notice all this foundation, why you know that they are just there to make money is they go see is on Mohbad now. How many other cases are this? Maybe it's an NGO. Why is he not talking about other cases? Why was it Baba Jesha? Because at that time, it was the one that was trending.
Yeah, he was even
Why are
close
you
to the
looking
man a
for?
bit.
Yeah, why are you looking for cases that are trending so that you can insert yourself and make money? If you're an NGO, you should do it naturally. You should be doing what you do naturally. Look for people that are oppressed. I don't know what his own mission. I don't even know. They just put general stuff. People do NGOs for specific things. For maybe
Exactly.
widows.
Able food,
Yeah,
food
widows,
sharing,
widowers, homeless.
caring, and the rest.
You have a place that you focus on. But all these ones that don't have anything, that just do whatever, they're just there for the money. They put their mouth in everything just to see money.
Put your money where your mouth is. That's what you're being doing.
So he can't get funding anyway. It's not properly set up. No, it doesn't exist. You cannot see
He has not
anything
even
about.
achieved anything. He hasn't even achieved any
Yeah,
credibility.
if you Google break the silence, whatever you use, it's something else apart from your music. I think somebody was using it before. You sit there. Your music had nothing.
I think there's a break the silent that there was a called an international NGO.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Those
I
ones
think
are
there
the
was a
ones.
name. I think at the point he had some name conflicts at a particular event. So they had to go clarify that one.
So those are the ones you see. His own is If you Google it, you'll see him arguing with or talking about justice for Mohbad on. I don't even know. Okay, how many NGOs, like proper NGOs, do you see their MDs or CEOs
It
on?
doesn't even have. It doesn't even have a single director. No director, no board, no
Is the
no
is
chief
the
of
one is the only one
is
doing everything.
now he be chairman. He see the treasurer.
Yes, now so what that's not saying that okay, Dabs, you look at okay, you have a business, you have a company, and this person walks in to come and talk to you about anything. Your meal. Let's even forget he comes to talk about anything. Would you take him serious? This person you see talking patakukpa, talking that they want to use
Exactly.
jazz. He's just all over the place. He's not. I'm trying. He doesn't have the package. If you get what I'm saying. Look at Yabo Ojo when she was doing hers. She's not messing about with people dragging themselves on the floor, cursing and abusing people and all these things that Yomi does. They want to kill me. They want to do this all because they want donation. They were more
I'm not
professional
like
about theirs. They didn't come and ask for people.
I'm even looking about the fact that is this guy not willing to now that there's a huge rise in the what's it called in film industry in Nigeria. Is this guy not willing to take on that opportunity? Like that's my question for this guy. Like the rise in this filmmaking now is booming and it's getting crazy. Don't you think you can absolutely come up with something that can grow the internet as well? Because I'm wondering, all his
The
colleagues
thing,
are coming up with. Look at this new movie Ori Rebirth. Everybody is trying to come up with something new. Even the old guys are trying to speak to people, trying to get funding from international agency and the rest, just to put
again,
something out. But you are coming
Dabs,
here to come and beg for Amala money,
Malamoni, the boxer. See,
boxers
Dabs,
money.
again, like I said, right? That's what I said about anything. Let's even forget justice for Mohbad. You have money to invest in. Okay, let's even now narrow it down to the Yoruba, Nollywood, whatever. And this Yomi that you are seeing all over the place, showing video that is sleeping on the floor. Tomorrow is eating on the side of the road with, he now comes to you to say he wants to do movie. Would you give him your money? He will not give him your money now. So that is why he's an outcast. He's just there and he's decided to just be doing his
But
nonsense up and
all
down.
these foreign agencies are not aware of certain. At least few of them, they are not aware of certain things going on some platform. But I'm only curious. Like, if you look at the likes of this filmmaker now, they have a carcass. The one that does film to cinema level, the ones that do film to what's it called, Showmax level. This different. Everybody has their own, style, and everybody has their own people who support them. But if you look at this Yomi of a person, is Yomi not willing to also jump on that tree to just make a fortune, come up with his own old movies, try to fund it, and get something tangible? You get
Is the guy is alone. He's on his own. That's the major thing that is seems to be working
for him,
against him.
Abi.
He's played himself into a point that he's just by himself. Like if Femi Adebayo wants to shoot a movie, you can count off the top of
Yeah.
your head like 10 actors and actresses that you know will be there. If this person wants to do a movie, 10. If Akindele wants to do a movie, you can count. This will be there because that is their clique. This guy Yomi is out of
Even the
everywhere.
Meji
Nobody's his
Latif,
friend.
even the Meji Latif that came how many years
Yeah,
ago was able to
yeah,
drop him same platform two times.
exactly. And as a foreign, you see, all these foreign agencies that we're looking at, they don't really need to know what is happening in the country.
God
All these
bless
people,
you.
there are agencies as well. There are people that will be like middle people that like if you want to invest in Nigeria now, you don't just go blindly. Whatever
Yeah,
sector you
yeah.
want to go into,
You
there will
speak to
be
someone, a middleman.
exactly there will be people that it is that like wedding planner now. You want to plan a wedding, these people will take care of things for you. So they have agencies for all those things as well. Who would then go to all this Adebayo, Adolade and say, okay, this person wants to invest in this movie and I think you are the one that can do it. They would advise the person. So they don't just come and say, oh, anybody and Yomi will go there. Because Yomi does not even have, okay, if he goes to pitch to them, like he goes to talk to them, what will he be talking, what is his portfolio? You'll be bringing that, what's that movie that I did that is related to Mohbad's story? That is,
Okay, yeah, but really, it was the one who did it.
no, there's one that is, the title is related to like, yeah, Mohbad's thing. Placenta. You'll now go there and say placenta. Who is in placenta? What is the story about? Where is it? Where is it published? I've not even seen it. I don't even know where it's
Come on,
even.
this
Maybe it's on
guy, I
Facebook
swear.
or
Even the
YouTube.
followers didn't even promote.
Exactly. But if you confirm Adebayo now, it will show you Netflix. It will show you Amazon Prime. It will show you where his movies are. YouTube, yeah.
Even YouTube.
It will show you. It will show you.
I've seen some this thing now. I've seen some ideas of people now. They don't want to compete with those cinema guys and those other guys. Their own is just YouTube, premium YouTube movies.
Exactly. And the thing is, if you are going to pitch to an investor is putting his money. Okay, he's wanting to shoot the movie. The second thing is how do we make
Promote
money?
it. Yeah.
This is where you now start talking about your clique. Oh, in my movie, I'm going to have Odunlade there. I'm going to have Tony Abraham in it. I'm going to have Funke Agede in it. These ones are big. You know, that is where you pitch to an investor. You have to show them, who is he going to say, I'm going to have Papariano talking about it. I'm going to have Chairman.
Peers have already promising a Netflix standard film, Netflix film.
You know, shape PS now. You both go put the movie for.
Don't mind. I think that PS. I think he needs to chill.
That was going to do American visa for her.
I think PS. I don't know if all these things that they are claiming that he said, if he actually said them, but if he's actually saying those things, I think he needs to chill. I think he's feeling bigger than he is because. Yomi was saying
maybe
that he promised him
maybe
Netflix.
He thinks it's a joke to just put a movie.
He promised him to
down
give him
to your camera.
Video.
No, it was
your camera level.
It was in the sorry, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
It was a negotiation between him and the African TV, so he can drop the case between them.
No. Mona, what happened was the Netflix issue had come before the AFTV matter. Yomi said he didn't. I'm sure he lied. He said it was when he now went back. He now saw that.
He has messaged him before one time.
Yes, that he didn't even open it. That he just saw it when they started chatting again.
Obviously, he lied, no?
So that Netflix was saying like maybe the first time Yomi came, he messaged him to promise him about Netflix. That's what I'm saying. If Pierce did that. Why would he just message someone you want to give them Netflix? Who are you? Are you the owner of Netflix?
What I'm saying is there will be a conversation before promising him a Netflix show.
But why would you promise Netflix? Does he have $200,000, $500,000 to put on the movie? What does he think he is?
Same person who cannot even fix his own face. Come on.
How can he say you want to give somebody? Does he know how much it costs to make a Netflix? Netflix spend money on those things now. So I don't understand I don't think he would have said that.
Down to your camera level, they will check. They will check which camera you are bringing.
It's not cheap to put on there. Why would you want to invest in somebody that, I want to do a Netflix movie for you? Is that how much you have? This person will come and say, they will say, he promised to carry somebody abroad.
It's Pierce and entertainer.
I don't even know him. I know a little bit of that Pierce guy in that Shomulu. I know one Alaja Bishi that seems to be related to. I know the area they live around that side. But him directly, I don't know him, but I know people that are close to him. But if he's saying, that's why I don't want to believe that he's actually saying, he actually said some of these things.
Yeah.
I think people just come up and make, because he's not this kind of person that comes every time to like.
He cannot debunk
defend.
It.
Because one day, that day after the Yomi and the AFTV and the meeting with him, he came to Temi's platform the next day. He was in the comments. I think he asked for them to bring him up. They didn't bring him up. So he was now chatting.
African TV?
No, PS. He came there. Yeah. We were chatting. People were chatting. So he now said, Yomi, there's something that Yomi didn't say. That Yomi didn't say that he actually requested for 3 million to drop the case. That he was the one that then beat it down to 300,000. He said he was typing. He was, but Yomi went there like they were begging him. He said when he said Yomi asked for 3 million to drop the FTV case.
Yeah, that he has spent money or something
He
like
said,
that.
yeah, then he said, but he
Yeah, he
said,
has
this is
spent
what
money
Yomi
for
is
the case.
failing to. He was trying to,
Yeah.
because they were discussing the matter, and I think he wanted to come up, but because they didn't bring him up. He was chatting, we were chatting in the chat. He was saying, he now said,
Man.
you know, so he's that kind of person that seems that he's looking for what I think with Pierce, right? He's not as bad. He's not even, I don't think he's close to as bad as they've painted. Of course, he moved with the wrong people. And I think he's also looking for a way to be able to express himself and sort of clear some things. But every time like the day he went to, I saw him the other day, he went to Lori Ebi, and one girl just came and said, but you said, I've forgotten what the girl started accusing him of, that you said that. And the guy was saying, yeah, there's evidence. And he said, play the evidence, I'm here. The guy couldn't play anything. In the end, he just let that these people are just silly. They just come up with silly things. I've forgotten what that girl said. He said, you said that. She just made one silly story up, and the guy was there. Now, he said you have
Yeah,
evidence. So show it.
I'm just concerned about why he's interested in funding some of these people's the lifestyle you get.
Yeah.
As much as I'm not against anyone spending their money, their hard-earned money in a way, right? But if you're going to put your money in certain places, you must put it where it comes with comfort with you. I would
Yeah,
not be dropping my money to a place where they'll come and drag me tomorrow. Why?
yeah, but the thing is, again, what is get shocked me. I don't really blame, like, oh, people are asking for a favor, or people come to you for money and you give to them. There's no absolutely nothing wrong in that. But it is when the people have turned around, because he also, I think I don't know why, I think he seeks validation, right? Because the problem started when people that have gone behind to asking for money then found out from another that he has actually told another person that he gave
You
them
give
money.
them money.
This is what that is his main problem with them over on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why he is doing that, and I don't think he's right. Him giving people money is absolutely good,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's a
then
good thing.
why would you give me? I asked you money from the behind, and me and maybe
Sending receipts to another person.
exactly me and you now, me and that now have problem tomorrow. That now say, oh, Piers even told me that he gave you this. He's wrong. He's not good. Anybody, I don't blame those that are not happy with that thing. But I think he's done it like again, and like this Yomi's own too. There's this another story that he told person that he needs to, I don't know, he needs to find a way to stop that, because these people are actually confirming it that this person came to us and he showed me this. Like, is it not Isabella? What? There's somebody that also said they have receipts of everybody that Pierce has given money. Why? Why do you why do you need to do that? So it might be
God, I
something
beg.
that he does that he just doesn't know how to stop it. Maybe he's that kind of person that
Yeah.
maybe it's a esteem issue, or I don't know. But he seems a nice person. But it's just that I think he has that side of him that is
Escape.
now.
Me, I think I mean, this is my own thought. Like, in this J for him, you have your friend, someone you gist with, everything that happens on J for him, probably behind the back. You guys talk about everything that has happened during the day, blah blah blah, like that. And now sharing those information with that person, and that person to also have a friend of a friend, a friend of a friend, and it keeps spreading and spreading like that. Then at the
No,
time
no,
of the
no.
No,
bullying,
I'm all
No,
right.
no, no, no,
Let me
no.
give you an example. Okay, me and you, we talk about stuff, right? And I gave Dabs money yesterday. What would my conversation with you be about that I would now come and tell you that, oh, Dabs even asked me for money yesterday. I gave him and I showed you the receipt.
Even,
Unprovoked.
even,
you
even,
don't, you
even.
don't have to have any conversation. Now, it's your friend. You want to tell them what you did.
No, if you look at
Why?
Pierce,
No,
right?
that is wrong.
Pierce is not an active person that would say he has one particular friend. If it's something like Escapade, I can mention to people that Escapade would literally just chat inbox. Me
Yeah.
also, I have people on TikTok that I chat with, but PS is not that kind of person that has one person that I can say, okay, if you want to see him online now, you can call him. You get people know PS as PS, they know him as that person, but not to a certain extent of saying, oh, he's my friend, he's my friend. Some people go
Among,
close to him.
among,
Yeah.
how can you, to what conversation would PS have with God's protection to the point that he would give her all the receipts of people he's giving money?
Other people, exactly. God bless you.
So you'll be
Now you
thinking,
get it.
what conversation would you have to that point of
See,
somebody asked me for money yesterday, I gave them. Why would I be telling another person?
If
because he
if
knows that
if it
he
was
knows people are
Aries,
bullying him. I think that's why
if
he's
it
trying to
if it
sound
if it
No,
no
no,
like
it
back.
came out before
even
that.
before
So
then,
he needs
even
someone
if
to
it
help
was
him
Aries,
pay back though.
if if it was Aries that had those receipts, or the likes of chairman, it's
I
okay for
bet
me. I
don't
would say
mention
fair.
that man
No,
here.
no, 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 no. I would
No, he's
say I
talking
would say
about how close they were, like people that
no.
he seemed to be
I'm
close
making
to.
an example now. I'm
Yeah,
making
that's
an
what he's
example.
saying.
If chairman was coming out to say, I have receipt of everybody PS have sent money, for me, I will not debate on it because it's quite possible. Chairman and PS, they live in London or they live in the UK. They might catch up, they might have seen each other in person and the rest. But the same set of people, you're sending receipt of a beggar to another beggar. Do you know? Do you get?
Yeah, but with me, I don't even see why. I don't even see why. What is the why would? Okay, somebody came to me to say, "Oh, I need money for whatever, whatever," and I'm giving it to them. What conversation would I then be having with another person? I understand what Amo is saying. Maybe they drag, but this issue they've already had it before the dragging came out. It was when people started having issues with one another that they started saying, "Hey, boy, you collected." Charlie, that God's protection. He went on Lati's platform that period
Exactly.
and spill everything. He was mentioning everybody's name. You know, so why would she have it? Why would I think was it Bella or Isabella? I think she also said she has people's receipt that Pairs has given money. This one too will come. They be Peperen Pay too will say they have receipt of. It was messy. It
Okay, what
got
I'm
really
trying to
messy.
say is that it's stage by stage. You see, Isabella own came after the God protection thing.
It's
But
so many people.
how
So
are those
it's
people
like
able to get those
it
receipts?
does it to many
Is
people.
he
That's what
putting
I'm
them in the
saying.
group? Is he putting them in the group and then
Is
sharing
this
the receipt
sending
with
I don't
broadcast?
know. But what I
them?
know is that the first people were the Peperempe, then Comfy, then God protection, then they sent Isabella and all of them like Aries and all that. I mean, I don't know.
Why?
I think it's just those people that are very active that can bully and all that. Those are the people he share those informations with.
No, the thing is I think it's something about him
It
and
still doesn't make sense though. That's it.
because even if you listen to the Marys and all, they were still saying it was wrong at
Yeah.
some point. Everybody agreed that it wasn't proper for you to give A money and then tell
Tell
B that you
B.
gave A money. It doesn't. But I think
Okay,
it might be
if you
something
look
that he
at it
does
now,
unconsciously, but he needs to find a way to.
if you look at it now, same thing happened in this underground meeting. As soon as what's it called, when chairman came on live, somebody was able to get an information about what they talked about in that meeting, right?
Mhm.
Now, one person is claiming it's not me, and other guy is also saying it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. Someone had to say, "Oh, somebody leaked the message. Somebody was recording the call." A part of the discussion came online. You get some part of the topic came online, and that money part came up where Yomi had to go and bring the receipt and the screenshot of the chat. CS also had to counter it. But the question is, how are this information getting to those circle? You get
Yeah,
If
there's always a
all of,
pattern.
all of them in that on
Exactly.
the ground, they are all their reputation is very whack. African TVO, Lenchio, chairman and
I
PSS.
even see Lenchi just now. I see Lenchi with Jabo just now. I see
You
my
go
mistake.
Java now, they can be everywhere. No, no man what.
Lenchi's own is. I think. I mean, for me, I always say that when something happens, there's always two sides. You have people for and people against. Lenchi's own is taking the side of the people against maybe Wumi or people saying that they killed Mohbad.
Yeah.
But then there's no checkpoint, which is the same with all 99% of them on that side. There's no checkpoint to say, okay, 3 months after, what have I learned? Oh, is this thing that I'm believing still right?
They don't check
Lenchi is,
themselves now.
exactly, Lenchi is still the same place he was 18 months
1 year
ago.
ago. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Even after everything that have unfolded,
He's still believing what he believed in.
exactly.
Yes,
So
now they are morons
he's still
now.
there,
That's it.
and he's so aggressive about it that he will screaming and be shouting, and you'll be thinking, hold
But
on
you
a
see
minute.
this mofo on First Lady's screen. This man is a biatch. Don't let me use my whole mouth to say it. You see, as he is like this, he's very sneaky. When you're talking about something on a panel or something, he always talks with two sides of his mouth. Today on this panel, he will say something better. Another day, if someone else come and say something else, he's gonna twist it all around and come back and say something different again. What I'm trying to say is that he's not stable.
The thing is with him. I've studied him a lot, and I've said it
He's
a while
very
back that
sneaky. Back,
he
you see all
doesn't.
those
He
back
stands.
small
See,
chit chat ladies supposed to be doing. He is the mastermind. This man, oh my God.
he stands. The man stands on nothing. And he falls for anything.
Empty barrel.
If he will go to very wicked ladies, and he will still not be able to go against very wicked lady, even as
Eh,
the education gap and exposure gap issue. He
Chai.
cannot go against people. He cannot. He does not have his own mind.
It doesn't. Thank you. That's
At
the
least
word.
others now, like African TV. African TV can argue with you from now to end on his own stand.
IT not can do the same thing.
IT guy would have he has something he's standing on and he would defend it.
But this
Even
one,
Aries would argue with you. You know, many of them. But this man, I don't know.
just
He will
caress
go
him a little
to
bit.
he will
You
go
see
to
him
J for
open
Imole. He will
his
say
mouth.
something, and once J for Imole goes against it, he will support J for Imole. And you'll be thinking, J for Imole should be learning from people like you. How come they are sounding like they are more reasonable?
Attire,
How
Escape,
can
can you
Aduke be sounding more
imagine?
reasonable than you?
Escape, let me tell you something. Can you imagine this man, as exposed as he is, as educated he claims he is, analyzing Comfy, saying Liam, analyzing Comfy,
Exposed as per
saying
what?
Liam,
As per what preference?
exposed like out of Nigeria, like you've seen other words,
Oh,
how
should
they
not
do.
everybody with the UK do all right? Me.
I know that. I'm just using it like, I mean, it's better than somebody living in a Berigbe like this. See? Sure, you get. That's what I'm trying to say. But with all those things I just mentioned now, you sitting down and analyzing the Comfy video that she said, Yam said, that's my daddy's car. How did they talk am?
Imagine.
And this old fool was saying it. Yes, I'm like, what the heck is wrong with this man? The thing vexed me, so they have to climb up and go and start talking.
Sometimes you'll be thinking, okay, just imagine that his children were watching that show.
Hi.
As in, what would it? Does it think his children will be proud of him analyzing what a 2-year-old said?
Ah.
A 2-year-old that can say anything,
Come on.
anything,
A
anything.
2-year-old that can even say they saw black and it's white.
They can. How can you be this old?
As in,
I am taking
You
a
should
word
be
of
a
it.
grandfather or close to being a grandfather.
No, this man.
and it's even
I
comfy of
don't.
all people, comfy of all people analyzing, you are still believing it.
No, the thing is,
And
it doesn't
later
even
tomorrow,
matter. That is why I'm saying somebody needs to stand for something. He should be able to stand on his own and say, okay, but obviously, like I said,
Same
he
chairman
stands
that
for
ran
nothing.
away in Pansi. I be what police station were they? That's why
when
Mohbad that ran
Mohbad went,
away.
he's a coward now. He only have mouth to talk online, but when you come to the physical thing, he can't do shit. You remember
How
that
can how
Goethe
can how can BJ how can BJ bully you to that extent? You are in the same country.
and you
You said
can't
you
do
have
nada.
credibility.
Ó máa wá sọ́la á máa sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀la ẹ̀ ló wà ó lè sọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe wù ẹ́ o kókó sì lọ. This man
Many
I
of
don't
these
view
people,
you from
right?
yesterday kí rí ẹ kó kú gbórúkọ Liam lẹ́nu ẹ̀ wò
You know,
wàá lè bèrè tó bẹ̀.
many of these people that are still on this 2.5 years visa and all those things, they are just lying online.
Ó
Many
ní
of them, they don't have,
Escape
they are
I
not
say you need to
settled.
be there that yesterday o. Ó ní that little boy knows his dad. He saw his father's car. I swear. So
Meeting me
you was
that
there.
kind
Who else?
money more.
A
Now
2-year-old,
yesterday,
somebody that
since
just turned 2
yesterday, you
years.
dey para.
I swear to God. The man said, Escape, he was saying, play it again. He didn't say Pishiya. He said my daddy's car. He knows his daddy's car. He knows the color. He knows everything about it. I said,
so,
sure.
So what is he saying? That okay, that Mohbad is alive, or the father is
Yeah,
somewhere,
it's
not
not
Mohbad.
Mohbad's son,
I was
and
not
Yeah.
Liam
So the father
actually knows
is.
his real father.
I
Don't
was not
blame
even on
Any
that.
Adewale
guy.
jare.
I was not
How
on that
can
live.
you
This
imagine
this girl here
Adewale and
was
Liam's
playing the
brain?
live show. I
They
was
are
not
in
there
the
because
same
I was
percentage.
provoked. I
Eh?
was very, very angry. So what's
You
wrong
were
with
there,
you?
first lady, right?
No, I was not there, but we were playing it, streaming them, yeah, on
Ah.
another platform, yeah.
Yesterday, to First Lady Para say, what is wrong with this man? I will do shoot for you today.
No, it will be very, very annoying to hear somebody like that, like analyzing a
Somebody,
two-year-old.
an account. If this guy analyze accounts, this thing for me, account
That
statements.
man is suffering from low self-esteem.
If this man do all this for any company, where this man don't do all this
He's
for,
suffering from low
they
So
better go
self-esteem.
and they
so
better go and
imagine this
audit
one
their
now saying is
accounts.
a forensic blah 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 PhD,
It's a lie.
and he's sitting analyzing a two-year-old. If
It's
you
a
be
lie.
so you now wonder, and it goes back to what we're saying earlier, Dabs. Who are in his circle? Do you think this guy would have like people that are well educated in his circle,
I
and he
doubt.
would be speaking like that, knowing that there are some things I cannot say. There are some ways I cannot speak because I know that people
Exactly,
that really
because you
know
know
me will see some of the
if
things
they
I'm
catch
saying.
you, if they catch you,
Exactly.
say
I can't defend it. So people that really that know me.
I said,
So
what
if you now
are you
come
sure this
there,
is you speaking? Are you sure? You know?
exactly like
Ah.
you now come, you say you have a circle, you are forensic,
Eh,
you are this, you are a PhD,
that
you are
and that.
accountant. You are
Eh.
now
At the
analyzing
end of
what a
the day,
2-year-old said.
the crunchy queen where you bring inside this J4M now, all of una na Lule nation. Nothing they una head.
No be juju be that. That one too was shouting on top of her voice. Hey,
wait,
they are
oh, I
gonna
wanted to
take
give you guys a gist,
Liam's
though. I wanted to give you guys
house.
a gist.
Like,
You know, they actually came up with a foundation that they were planning to send some people abroad. I'm not
No
sure
more
if you
piercing.
guys,
No more
I'm
piercing
not
Yeah,
sure if you
that
guys
one
had the
has
gist. No,
train
now
to
they
jam me.
contributed
Train to
money
jam me.
to bring some
Train
people
to jam me.
to maybe
Ah,
To
now,
US or
refund
somewhere.
you
the
don't hear the gist
So
Lukalu.
now.
now
Ah,
the gist was not that somebody now said because Aduke was rude to her, she wanted her money back.
that's crunchy now.
Yeah. For me, oh,
100K. Gbogbo ẹ̀
for
náà
why
me,
would
oh,
you
100K
then?
ni.
That means you
for
didn't. The intention was not there from
the
start. It was
intention
just
was
eye
not clear.
service. It was eye
Gbogbo ẹ̀
Me,
náà
I
service.
was
100K
saying,
Well,
ni.
I was telling someone,
Rotex gave 1 million. No, imagine
and they
country
made
people
sure I
they
collected
carry
it
this
back.
thing, go they shout, they scream
you
everything.
see,
Na just 100K.
you
She
know
say,
that the
she say.
intention was not there was not if you wanted to help her to go abroad, why would you then say she's rude to you? All these like children stuff, like kids, I have my sweet bag, give me my sweet, I'll take my bicycle, blah
Exactly.
blah. What if you want to help them, you put the money down. Why then now
As
come
much
and
as
say, hey, this person is rude, I
I
want
don't
my
like
money back?
Adukel, as much as
Yeah,
I'm
I
not a
don't
big,
have to like
but
her
I
to
was
see
against
that
that
is
decision.
wrong.
I was against what they did to her because for me, how do you promise someone to say you want to give them this thing, and because you know this person you're trying to help, you know how she can be to people,
She
but because
exactly, you know she's erratic, you know she that's
you
how
know
to
she's
care,
cheap,
that's who she is.
And do you know why they
you
went against her? Because she did not support Yomi with them.
Exactly, that's what so
That's the
because
only
she
offense
has
she
a
committed.
contrary view, you're now saying
That's the
that
only thing, no.
you take your money back. Like
for me that
if
day,
she
I was very, very hungry. So I went to speak to one of them. Like, as much as I don't know about you guys' plan underground, but me, oh, I support Aduke on this one because why? If you want to come out to help someone, you're coming out to help someone on the perspective of helping them. You don't look at how they are going to treat you, if you're going to get anything from them, or if you're going to benefit anything from the help you're doing to them. That's what they call helping hands. But
yeah,
because you want to help someone now, you want their lifestyle and their movements to suit your own idea, which is very,
yeah.
very bad.
You know the thing, the that thing, what is the sad thing about it is even that okay, 3, 4 people are coming together to say they want to help this person, right? You now feel because you were insulted,
Wait,
you now took out your money. It's gonna fall, like everything is gonna break apart now. If it was only you alone trying to help that person, you can say, okay, I'm not even doing the favor for you again. But you already put the money down into a pot where they are trying to help. You're now saying because this person is rude, I want my money back. Everybody will now start looking for excuses to take their money back because
and
they're on your own side.
even somebody plans to even threaten chairman, oh, that I will write a petition to the places chairman that worked, blah blah blah, to his school because of 1 million naira.
Like somebody put there that they wanted to spite somebody. So again, you look like how genuine the thing is from start. Were they doing it to
They don't like
maybe
each
win?
other.
Were they doing it to win her on their side so that she'll be following them to
Yeah,
say
Do
whatever they
exactly.
are
whatever they are
saying?
doing.
And the moment she decided to like have her own mind, they see her as being disrespectful and they
Yeah.
want to take it back. So the intention initially must have been they wanted something from her, or they wanted her to be on their side or whatever, which is not fair. It doesn't make sense. And this thing is, you now look at all these people, they will come out and say, I'm this, I'm this, I'm that. And then they're acting like little children.
Because how can you make promises to someone? All these things happen in the space of 6 months, though. 6 months. And the way they subjected the girl to, what's it called? Online. It was not looking like she wasn't doing too well for herself. She needed help so bad.
Yeah, and I'm not
I
sure
mean, why?
she even came. Did she go to say she
Yeah,
wanted their
exactly.
help?
I mean, why she's doing well for herself. This same girl, she's doing well for herself. She has her own life, at her own preference, at her own pace.
Abi
It was
exactly.
it.
Even as
Yeah,
rich, she did Dubai. They do her thing. There.
whatever she's doing, she's surviving,
She's
she's living
surviving.
whatever she's living.
Exactly.
But I'm sure she didn't go to them to say, I want you people to take me abroad. Though. They must have come
No.
together and say, okay, let's do this.
Yes, everything
And
happened on live like this. They chose those 4 people, right?
And say, we'll help
Gonna
them.
help. Yes.
Is that Pierce is involved in these two, Abby?
Yes. PS Chairman, Lizzie Diamond.
Why is Pierce always thinking that
No,
is your love, he
he
can solve everybody's problem?
he did not champion it. Chairman and Lizzie Diamond was the one who started the whole gist. Then they now brought PS in because of the money.
no,
Okay, that's when they
No,
now
no.
fund
PS
foundation.
recently opened a foundation at that time.
No, what happened
Okay.
with that foundation, Daps, is Pierre did not know about the foundation from start. It was chairman and then Lizzie Diamond.
Uh-huh.
So when Pierre now heard about it, he now said he will give them 10 million.
10 million, exactly.
So they now said they will name the foundation Pierre's Foundation.
God bless you. That's what happened.
That's the way he turned to Pierre's Foundation. They were opening a foundation and
Yeah,
he
and they
said,
all
okay, he'll
started giving
support them.
money.
Yeah,
Rotex 1 million, and
yeah.
I think Country Queen and Liz Diamond too, they gave them some money. But do you see all those people you call it? You know, pledge anything. We know you want amount to
Go pledge the came here gay.
finish money by no hard deal. The only thing we heard is say you go borrow 2 million. You must pay that money. 2 million,
Has he not paid the money back?
He has paid.
Has he
Has
not
paid
paid?
back.
Money
Oh,
more.
he's paid it
He has
back.
paid the money.
Yes, paid, yes,
He
paid.
paid it
Yes.
already.
Yes.
Again, I'm gonna
Yes,
go
yes.
email.
I think
On
they said it
Monday,
was paid
I'll
that
go and email
dropped the
about
money.
Masojo. We have to that your case. We have to open it again. You must pay that man back only.
It's just a
Open our
messy.
late
That group
chairman.
is just messy.
And the funny thing is
There's no
that
true
they have
friendship
a
there.
system. You know one thing? They actually have a system of me and you who will actually stay as friends for few months. We'll make
Eh,
plans.
eh.
We'll make promises that are not achievable. When we now fall out, me and you, I will now come outside to review all those plans. When they were contributing, when they were contributing thousands of cash to African TV to do t-shirts, imagine their carcass, they are not even up to 1,000. They were doing t-shirt of close to 1,000 pieces, 1,005. Somebody were doing cap of like 100 pieces. When they now fell out to this guy, some people were now coming to say, me, I have 50 t-shirts with African TV. Me, I have 100 t-shirts with African TV. And
Yeah.
I'm always like, see, as much as these people want to paint the other guys as a bad person, African TV today, I'm a big fan of his idea. Every single time he comes up with something. But the way he ends up so that
Sorry, let me chip in. You see that idea you said is what happened in J4M all through to this moment.
because as much as African TV is not a good person, all of the ideas that they've used in this J4M it was his what's it called?
It's
He had the
template.
footprints.
It's
Exactly.
template.
Everything that has happened in this justice was African cities template. So me, I would never say it was a bad person because the whole thing he tried to come up with, they are still doing it now. So now they made plans with African TV. He used his what's it called NGO to make some move and the rest. As at that point, these guys knew what African TV were up to. they were aware about the status of his foundation because he himself, African TV is one person that if you drag him now, he will not run away. If there's one thing I really like about him,
That's why I said he will stand on. He will stand on. He always stands on
yes,
something.
he will
He
not
may be
run
wrong to
away.
you, but he will still defend what he's standing on. And sometimes he might agree with you if you give him enough reason to. But that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. Like he would stand. He has a stand. Like with IT guy with aristocrat, they always have a stand. Where I have a problem with Chairman is he just falls. He just goes
Chairman
with.
network.
He goes with.
Today he go hot, tomorrow he go cold.
By the time they say yeah, he just changed 360. Like but this man was saying something different initially. That's
You
where
know,
he's different.
as small as Aduke is, she can influence this man.
Of course, exactly. She can.
If she say Chame about the loss of the platform, he will not go again. As in, is that dumb? I mean, I'm not exaggerating. That is who he is. So
But tó bá rí Liam ní gbogbo ara mama dìde.
He can talk to
Liam ló
about
máa.
the.
but tó sọ lẹ́yìn tó bá rí Liam lójúkojú, ó ní, oh, is he handsome? But oh my God, look at Mohbad's son. But tó bá dé another place, oh man, it's for another person.
I remember.
Ah,
I remember
It's a
the. I
useless
remember
fellow.
when he was talking about that Abuja trip.
Now you
I
can't fuck up
wanted
that
to.
kind escapade.
I
She for
wanted to bring
allow am
them.
go do wetin he wan do. You for no
I
dey get any
wanted to bring
problem
them.
now.
I told them. I called Mama. I spoke to Mama. He now saw Mama in Zone 2 Abi
ó
Panti.
sá
He
lọ
ran away.
ọmọ
Japa.
ìyá Mohbad máa gé lọ́rùn
I
ni.
told them
Werewolf.
the only way we can get justice is to bring them together.
Eh,
Give them my house. I don't know which
you
house he
can't
has in
see the
Abuja.
justice now,
I'll
you
give them
can't
my
run.
house in Abuja. I'll do this. I'll do that. He always talks big, but now I think they found him out. Everybody has found out that he's just empty. He talks big, but he's empty.
Yeah, and he can make mouth about his fortune. He say some.
When
Of
I go
course,
to your
nice.
brainwash, Yinka that period, say, a man that has estate in Abuja, if you see all his estate, don't I go to Gbela or estate, go to Fiokbe, Emi
Ah,
Modele.
what's a great big
Yinka will
man?
say, he's a big man. If you see his estate, all the
It's a
estate he
big
has in Abuja, he
that
this
He
is
didn't
that.
see
that
the
chairman
estate
you
too.
see. That
He
chairman you
picked
see
her
is
up
not a small
somewhere
person,
and
no.
He's
dropped
not
her.
a small
He's not a
person.
small person, no.
She didn't see the
If
estate
you
No,
see
too.
his
no big
estates, all
person
the
will be on
estates in
their side.
Abuja, go
She
to
didn't
long,
even see
go
No
the
to.
big
estate. The man
person,
just
no
picked
big
her up.
person will be on their
Picked her
side.
up somewhere and dropped her up somewhere.
It
Finish.
requires brain to be a big person. No big person will be on their side. To
Ẹnu
be
náà
a
máa fi ń ṣe
well,
inside ẹ̀, ẹnu
you
ti pọ̀
must
jù.
be
They
smart.
talk too much.
You must have good reasoning. So gbogbo
And they
àwọn
can
tó
make
wà
fake
lẹ́yìn àwọn
promises.
tó
Eh?
sì gbowó oúnjẹ
They
ni.
can promise each
That
other.
place, wọ́n mọ bọ́ ṣe máa ń tanra wọn.
Promise,
No. They are
woman
so
promise
fake.
that I won't be very.
They are so
Now
fake.
is new NGO to Babayo
Speak of African TV
NGO
náà, ẹni tó ń ṣe fún
Team Natural àti
Natural.
Team Natural àti lọ sí NGO.
That
Wọ́n sọ
imagine
pé
until natural yẹn náà ṣe. So you know when
Ah,
Yomi
ṣebí
was doing all those things,
same
Ṣé
thing don
wọ́n mọ mímì ṣé wọ́n mọ mímì NGO ṣá?
ebi wey
Èmi
no
kàn
NGO
next
feel pé pure
two
water
for
ni.
$1 in Nigeria.
by
Gbogbo
next
èèyàn
year
ló ní
o,
NGO.
by next year tó bá ti di
ìgbà tí mo
2026
VGM náà ní NGO.
by February
VGM
ara
náà
wọn
ní
máa balẹ̀.
NGO tó ń fún 100
Tó bá ti
million.
di annual report lára wọn fi máa balẹ̀.
Dad, sure you know, pé is this natural that used to follow African TV
Yes
everywhere
now.
when they were doing those conference and everything.
God bless.
Now you came back and said you had your own NGO, and the same case this same African TV is going. I mean, working on is what you want to. I mean, you're also interested in.
And
And
you know one thing about the case is that
There
me,
are a lot of cases
every
on the
single
internet.
time, every single time we always want to talk about this case, that guy, that little girl's case. People don't want to understand the fact that the case is already sorted.
In
They've
court.
arrested the guy
That's
for
what I
case that has
said.
been in court since 2022.
ex-wife, wait now, ex-girlfriend has testified that you see this guy, is a molester, he torment and he beat women. Two other people have confessed, evidence day. So that guy, either death by hanging or 100 years, even without no NGO or no lawyer, with the evidence that they
Go
have.
go down.
Yeah, so when they were talking about justice, but sometimes if you talk about this case, it will just be like you're kind of wicked, or you're trying to be, you're not trying to put sympathy and
That's
humanity
what
within,
I'm
because
going to funny ni pé the girl that said what to judge you naturally. She don't go
I
lórí ẹbí
now
with her family.
also the Lord go, you don't go collect
olórí
money for that place again.
olórí ẹbí yẹn ní fertile ground for scam.
Naturally ṣe
Just
fún ní
carry your
100k
seed,
ní wíìkì yìí ni o. Ló fún
carry
family
your
wọn.
seed, carry your
No,
scam
Bàbá
he
seed sí
wèrè
wanted
olórí
he
ẹbí
wanted to place her
platform
on
and plant
salary.
it there.
He said he wanted to place her on salary for a
bàbá
while.
wèrè
Wanted to be
làwọn tó
giving
pè
her
ọ́ náà gbọ́.
100k. Aries yẹn, but share the shop Aries in the family sha, because Aries tí mò ń wò yìí.
I don't think so.
Aries was like, I will pledge 1 million naira to this NGO.
To this NGO.
Same pledge what I pledge to PS.
Because
But o mọ̀
because
pé o mọ̀ kan tí but caveat wà fún pledge
Aries
Aries
ò
yẹn.
kí ń fún wọn
Aries sọ
lówó
pé tó
ẹni
bá
tó
ti ṣí
fọmọ
bank
fún
account,
tán.
tó bá
so
ti
you know
bẹ̀rẹ̀
why?
project, tó bá ti
Dad,
bẹ̀rẹ̀
you know why
project
she
òun
said
lè
she would
fún
do
ní one
that?
million.
Because you're me too lule.
No, now I want to put your message scam I want now,
It's
but
not
it's
more
the shame.
saying Odogu,
Is the
Jefire.
shame. Is the shame. Is the shame that they are now coming
So
out.
she needs someone else to use for her own atrocities. So now, Natural will be the one to go because Natural will say no to her. And now, if she does all this bad deed that she want her to do, she will end up in jail too. Back it down.
And she has a job, oh.
Lọ́jọ́ ọ̀nà máa bá petition.
and she,
Irú
and
ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́
and she
máa ṣe
actually has a
petition.
job. She actually has a job, and it's very difficult for somebody who has a full-time job to be running some errand like that. You get?
I think she works for
And
herself.
again, they think what
Yeah,
I
she
African
has she has a
TV
business. She has this, what's it called? This
firework. They
oil.
do
No, no,
firework.
no,
Firework.
no. Showman she oil. She they make this maybe palm
She dey
kernel or coconut oil.
typo, black market.
I shall know. Yeah,
Blah,
because
blah,
for you to
blah.
have a business, it's very difficult to be running full-time business with this
Go come
NGO.
buy her for Naija. Go
NGO
sell
is
for
not
her.
you. They
Business
are
ẹ̀
only
máa
to look
rán
for what is
gàrí.
trending, make money from it. That is what they do. Even this
But
the Ada Universe. Go to Ada Universe website. It's stock pictures that is still there. Picture that she picked from internet. There's nothing to show what they have done. Videos of projects they've done. They're just picking videos of Onyibo and put on the internet, and there's a link. Donate. There's a link to donate $20, $50 there.
The thing
What
say
kind
na
of
so
NGOs are those ones?
don't mind them. African TV gan ṣe go for me gan $8 ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún.
African TV's problem is he doesn't have true friends in that place.
£8
Like
ni o.
like many of them.
$8, £8.
Ṣé pound ni?
no, Kerry,
They're
no,
not. They don't have true friends. That is
Kerry.
service to Poju.
They always
If he wants to be at his game, right? African TV should not be a nice person. For me, African TV, as much as he's a bad person in terms of the DNA part, African TV seems nice because if you can know handle some topic in a nice manner. Sometimes you have to disrespect, you know, at some point you have to have your own gang, and you have to disrespect some people. You get, in the sense
You
that
know.
African TV now, if they're dragging him in his enemy's camp, he will stay, he would watch, he will send requests, he would explain his own opinion, he would explain his own part, put out evidence, and then he will still come back again the next day to that same place.
And if they
You know.
abuse him, if they abuse him after he has explained himself, then he also he will start abusing them. Yes, if you say you are a woman now, you are abusing him. He will abuse you
Exactly.
like a woman.
He doesn't cut anybody slack. Oh. He will come and meet you.
Ah,
And you see all those things, right? All those things are the reason that many of them that
they don't
have
have
muted
friends.
NGOs and all these things that are not moving because of the sea finish. You know, I've said this thing before, Dabs.
Yeah.
You cannot be on social media every day slanging, having shouts with people, and people will respect you like you should. If you see that 70-30 that they're saying the African TV is signed, if nobody saw his face, they're just hearing African TV, he will get more respect.
The bully will not be as much as that.
Because you don't know him, you'll be thinking, oh, it's one big, it's an NGO. Once you hear NGO and you're hearing that they are moving, they are doing this, they are doing that, you automatically think they are big.
Escape. The first time I heard of African TV, when he first said if you do DNA, I will give you 10 million. I was like, oh, African TV. I was even thinking, is this AIT?
Yeah, that name African TV sounds really big.
I was like, when I now saw him, I was like, is this a CEO? maybe it's what.
That's the thing. When people see people too much, when you see people too much, you see them finish.
You know,
If he was behind the scene
this
doing
book.
his stuff, he would have gained more respect and
There was a
grown
book that
bigger than
says-
this.
TV gbé everybody ní handicap ní 2023.
Because you see that, you know that 70-30, the day he was, I can't remember where he was explaining, I think it was Dawa class that was talking, they were having that conversation on the platform long ago. From his own explanation, that 70-30 is a good deal. But people look at the figures and say, oh, 70-30. From what he said that day,
I read that in Oshe, you know. I read everything he proposal.
I didn't see it, but when he was talking,
okay, yeah,
when he was talking, he said the foundation or whatever this is business. The foundation would build the monument, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
He said they would be the one to build the monument.
The monument.
They'll be the one to put staff there. They'll be the ones to run it. Baba will not bring one kobo. He now said, from what they collect, so if they collect, say 1 million now, Baba 30%. But from his own 70, he will still pay staff, he will still run the place, he will still do everything.
Exactly.
For doing nothing, 30% is big. It's big for doing nothing.
No, they don't have.
But because people are looking at the numbers, they are only. That's what I'm saying. Now the see finish, now it costs all these things.
Escape.
At the end of the day,
if we
Josie
want
went with the whole 100%.
If you want to be
Which is okay for me.
Yeah, exactly. Without no
100 0.
Excuse me. If you want to be sincere, African TV actually came to steal. Even if that 70-30 was wait, please.
No, let her finish. Let her finish. I'll tell you why he didn't come to steal.
Let me finish. Even if that 70-30 had gone through, African TV wouldn't have built anything. Ask me why did I think like that? Because a 26-year-old boy died. He has a son. There was a controversy, as in there was no controversy between the father, the Mohbad and his wife and his son. But after he had left, there was a controversy. The widow of the boy has not been able to mourn her husband. The parent of the boy, they are still trying to see what has happened to their son. Boom! You said you want to build a museum. Where has that happened before? Somebody died. The next thing is for you to say you want to build a museum for them. When they are still mourning. And even these people, their own death, this death is not a straightforward death that, okay, a legend has died, we have accepted the death, so he has been buried. Let's plan his burial. Let's do all this. There was a controversy that we are still on it till now.
But does he really have the money to build a museum?
No,
but
It depends on the project.
We'll walk you through the process. Oh yeah, wait.
So
you are looking at it. You are looking at it.
Sorry, African TV saw people were donating for Mohbad's son. So it was that money that entered his eye that if he can come in with his own business idea, then he can make some cool money. So that was what he did. That was what, to my own understanding, that he's a thief. He came to thief, to steal. If they had contributed money to him, he wouldn't have built that museum. Story would have come.
You cannot allege somebody for something
that didn't happen. He didn't get the money. You didn't give him the money, so you can't say he didn't.
About his mindset.
No, you cannot prosecute someone because of their mindset.
No, the way you are going to look at it is, one, everybody is doing business.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Even when British Cross, what is all this charity? When they come, everybody is getting money one way or the other. This George Floyd that died in the US, all the money that he got, you will see business people, bank people will be sitting with the family and say, oh, if you put this money here, you make bank will make money from it now.
I'm sure they will even want to make
if you see it as, oh, nobody gives anything for free, but would it make the family better off if it actually happened. We're not saying that it's going to happen. We don't know if it would happen or not, but based on what was said, if it doesn't build a museum, there's nothing that will happen now. Is that they will not, there's nothing to share. But let's say he now builds it, he gets the money or whatever funding he wants to look for to build it. And from this, the
This
way
is coming from the public, oh. The
But
money
you
from
know,
it is
it would have, it would,
he came
but
with he came with
he
an
would have been
NGO
able
now.
to coordinate. He would have been able to coordinate the money properly in the sense that instead of having one 10 GoFundMe, two Access Bank, different hosts contributing money, he would have been in charge of that money, and to ask him for accountability would have been the right thing. You get
Yeah.
why
So
Africa?
yeah,
Why me? I'm
like
against anybody.
Dabs,
Yeah,
like, okay, if let's roll back to October 2023, the Mohbad died in September. Let's go back to
September.
October 2023, or when that, I think his own was September, October, when that period that African TV came. If they told you Baba would ever have money that is in control of now, would you say yes or no? You would say never.
No.
So now imagine all these $26,000 or whatever millions went to Access Bank, whatever millions went to Wema Bank. If African TV now got it, would they not be able to build whatever monument they want to build? It would be able to now.
And again, right, Escape, this man came with a mind that I'm coming in there to do some business. And this whole
Everybody
thing
does
has
business.
already
No
been dragging
NGO
out before he
does.
Eh,
even arrived to Nigeria.
This UNICEF that always
Monamon.
send people to Africa, are they
Do
not
you know how
making
much all
money?
these executives of these charity companies get? All these
the timing
do
is
you know how
bad.
much they get?
The
Big
timing
money,
is
oh.
bad.
Uh-huh.
The timing is bad. The timing is bad.
We
No,
can't
there's
say
There's
never.
it's
no
bad.
No.
Why
timing now
did the
because if you
father
are
of
looking
the
at it
kids actually accept
as
the offer too? I mean, when we're saying this thing, we should actually give justice to the
But
for
okay,
his
but
own
wait,
part.
he didn't bring a
Let me
lawyer.
make you guys
Do you
understand
know
one thing.
that?
Wait,
Do you know that
let me
African
make
TV
you
was
guys.
the genesis of Joseph Aloba greed?
No, it's not.
No, no.
How?
No, I will
No, no,
take
no, no.
that.
Okay. Yeah,
Josie
wait,
is a
wait,
greedy
wait,
man as well.
wait. How much was donated when African TV was in charge? Just clarify. How?
African TV was the one that
No.
introduced that.
Just answer. How much was contributed when African TV was in charge? If you can give me
Nothing.
an estimate.
Nothing
I
now.
don't know.
Exactly.
I
He didn't
wasn't
get a
following
cover now.
Josie. I wasn't following Josie, so I don't know much about him.
Nothing was
So,
contributed.
God bless you.
He didn't
So,
even
if
start.
nothing,
The whole thing didn't even kick off.
It did
He
not, and
was
you
the one
remember,
that
right?
he was the one
So
that
just
Blessing was in the
you know
picture.
that he
You
can
see,
so
Blessing
get
just
was
a
in the picture when
proposal.
they drafted all those
Trying to gather
MOU.
board members.
And
he
they
was
sent
the
it
one
over
that said
to
that he can
African
get
TV
more
in
money from the
Belgium. He
public.
also gave it to his own lawyer to clarify and check, balance and check everything before they all sign on it. So that's why I used to say that Josie himself actually brought this whole thing down because African TV was not in Africa when this whole thing was going on.
Because if you are saying that, if you are saying there is a bad timing, who should know the best timing?
Abi?
Is it not the
Abi?
father of the person that died? He was happy to sign it. It must be
Somebody,
good timing.
He allowed it.
somebody,
If he
if
should be the
somebody,
one that will say to him that no, it's the wrong
No,
time.
we
We'll
don't
talk
want to do
about it
that.
later.
Oh.
yes,
Thank you
then
for the
he's gonna
offer.
reject
God
the
bless
So
you.
if I bring an offer to you, you're happy to do it. It's good time for you to do it.
Escape, let me bring
Before we
something
meet them,
in.
Wumi did not
Remember
even answer
Naramali
me.
actually Naramali manager approached Wumi that they should settle this amicably and let this whole thing finish.
Even this man, this African man approached her, she called her, she didn't
Exactly,
answer
but
her.
So
Wumi
if she
didn't
had,
answer.
why didn't she say yes?
Exactly.
I need to see
And the Olori decided it was a good time for the family. He represents the family and he decided to go ahead.
òun ní architect gbogbo nemesis tó wà
You know,
Abi,
so
I blame African. Me say leg back. I blame. Because
he-
see, if there's one thing everyone in Timbaba have to be happy about is that the template that they are still using to this moment
It's African
is
TV
still,
idea.
so
100% and 10 is the one.
all
Wèrè lòun náà
even the
o, má
contract,
máa sọ pé òun gbọ́ kíní kínú ẹ̀ máa dùn wèrè ní ẹ̀ o, gbádùn o, wèrè ní ẹ̀. Á máa lọ máa dùn
even the
wèrè
contract, even the
bọ̀ àwa
contracts,
máa so
even the
tọ́ tó wà ń bẹ̀.
exactly all the contract information clearly stated they were going to get a lawyer, do DNA, do autopsy, maybe if possible,
Ẹ̀ náà gbogbo
build
kíní
some.
yẹn ló list sínú ẹ̀, everything.
At the end of the day, they're on like page 4 or page 5 of that of that thing. And the man don't collect cover from them.
Ah,
I don't feel less than they drag African TV. Could go anybody now. African TV is one of the person that even
torí ẹ̀ ló
he
ṣe
lost
ká
money in
lára
this
nígbà
thing.
tí
He
Yomi gbé
lost
gbogbo
money.
lágbà
Yes, now.
yẹn dé dabs ó wà dàbí pé
He
ó
lost
wá
money
pick on
now.
Yomi. It was because he saw everything Yomi was doing that is just Sakama and Jay is just lamba is giving them. He can't dey vex pé báwo lè ṣe máa fọ́ fún nǹkan tó jẹ́ irọ́ báyìí. Èmi tí mo gbọ́ tọ́ra gan-an.
That was
Ẹ gbá mi dànù. Ẹ wá lọ bẹ́yàn tó ń fún yín nírọ́ tó kàn ń fún yín ní script. Nǹkan tó jẹ́ kó ká máa yẹn lára nìyẹn.
African TV ní bad luck because mo kàn rí
Ah,
because even the time they
olóṣì eyín àti Joseph Aloba àwọn yẹn àwọn náà ni wọ́n bà African TV jẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn.
Wọ́n try o, gbogbo wa àti
Wọ́n bàjẹ́.
Lagata, Gureti, all of them that time.
Because
Bàbá
it
Mohbad náà tó
happened.
bá ló bá sọ̀rọ̀ bá Mohbad ló bàjẹ́ olóṣì ní màá yẹn.
You know why them
But what I asked
why
earlier-
them Buki
Stop, hold on,
them Aries were the first to like talk
1 minute,
down
Escape.
African
1
TV.
minute, Escape. 1 minute. Does he really have the money to build a museum? Even the 10 million he promised.
He didn't say he had money now.
He has
Did you
to
see?
have the money at hand.
He said he will
Can
get the
approach
money.
everybody to give him money.
Okay,
He said he will raise the money. He didn't say he had
the
the
same
money.
way, Baba. The same way.
Okay,
the
he
same
was
way,
going. He was
Baba.
going to solicit for fund. Okay, I get it.
Exactly.
Yes,
okay,
now the
now.
same way they got
When
$26,000, he would have
when
probably made
QH
have got
radio,
more.
And people
when
will give
QH
him
radio,
more.
when
Okay.
QH radio gave Baba money, when she radio gave Baba money,
Okay, I
it
get
wasn't QH radio adding money now.
Aha.
It was
Exactly.
still people. So all of these people that are giving this money,
like 3 times they gave Baba money from
And now
KH.
there's almost
it
10
was
million, 9 million.
exactly. So you see the same money African TV we're talking about. And for me, I felt like if they had given African TV this idea, it would have been more straightforward because
The
there was
mess
a
will not be as
contract.
long as this.
God
Exactly.
bless you. He tried to take away it first and foremost. It took Baba away from the internet. He made sure Baba wasn't coming up to say rubbish that
And
would
it's not
hinder
talking anybody.
Best
Exactly.
solution.
Best
And when the
policy.
same thing like Wumi is ripping
Where
now.
is
The
Josie
same
now?
Wumi
Oh yeah,
that
same
silence
Josie
was
now.
what she's ripping
Oh yeah,
now.
look at it now. Same Josie now is in hiding. Hiding that they wanted to put in before.
Oh, that first lady, clap for that, Jare.
I say me say African TV. Now my guy.
They say make you
African
sit down
TV.
for house. You don't want to sit down,
You
you
say
come
no.
out. They sit down, you don't want to sit down, you can't go sit down
Don't
now.
be the sit down. You can't sit down now.
Yeah, now come
He
give
even
us
told
an
Baba,
opportunity.
he even
Don't
told
worry.
Baba not that he should not release any song. He can go and be singing.
Damages.
Guresi,
Yes, now
Damage all the internet.
he told about to not drop song. He told about to not
Guresi
appear on the
said
internet.
African
He told
TV
about
doesn't
Yeah.
have. He said African TV doesn't have a car. He's always entering
You know, even
Okada.
that music, he said no single, no sing.
no single. Exactly.
Not now. The time is not right. He still won't do all those things.
For me, everything African TV said is still valid up until this moment.
Yeah, so
Everything he said is still valid. So as much as he's a bad person, but the template still remains valid. And I'm seeing point in everything he said.
And people are reaping from his idea now, but he get
big
nothing.
time, oh, but he no get shishi. They say na solely but you
Spend
will
your money.
to see. Oh, they jẹ cocoa. Oh, they cocoa.
Baba still took him
Exactly.
to court, and I can't lose pass now.
African TV, don't worry.
He took him to court.
Almighty
Yeah,
God
he spent
will
money on lawyer.
replenish.
Now,
Again,
Baba
he should
Baba
just
took him
have
to
stayed
court.
behind the scene.
See the music. See
I never appeared.
what want to do for Mohbad.
that thing too, eh?
That one again.
Now wow.
Imagine it's like
after African TV. Oh.
it's like if
Just
you, that's what this scene finish. That is it. Imagine
Lárí náà ni òjò rówó ní justice for Mohbad torí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bú Wùmí ni wọ́n rówó ní justice for Mohbad òun nìkan ni ò rówó.
Baba,
Yeah,
Baba
If
took
thing.
him to court and
he
he
was
didn't
too
show up.
nice. For me, I feel like he was just too nice to people. That's what I say about him.
the packaging is where the issue. The scene finish. See, okay. Now imagine
He's
Toto DK.
just so open. He give all the strategy out.
Exactly.
You don't have to be too visible or too
Hey.
reachable.
You create value through scarcity.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, but
That's
he
the
gave
rule of life.
everything out at
Yeah,
day one.
Imagine Tonto DK and Yabojo coming and be doing this every day, abusing, cursing, doing. Nobody will respect them again now.
At all. No be women are no good there anymore.
They are doing what they are doing. They are not coming to ask people for money. They are not. They were focused. They are not. They are not
Like that,
like.
Mariano was saying, Yabo Ojo also solicited for money in the beginning through her foundation. I said, what did they talk? She only used her foundation. I said, never. She only used her foundation.
The only person she collected money for, she didn't even collect it in her account. That boy that wants to run mad. That boy that want to run mad in Naira's house. That's not
the DJ.
Yeah, the DJ.
He was carrying the public along from our own NGO, our own post.
Exactly. And even some clubs said
gave them money. And when she got to the guy's house, he did a video. And that was the only time he asked money and not into her own account. She said the woman should call out her own account so they can donate money into that woman's account.
Yeah,
mother.
I told them, I said the only thing she used her foundation for money was petition to exhume Mohbad. That's the only thing she used her foundation for. And when people started coming in and going back and forth, she has to go back.
Money. Even when they were sourcing for the
how much I won't give you
how to bury Mohbad. As she was getting to one place and another, even the casket man said they are going to take care of everything, the burial, everything. They are not collecting any dime.
Yeah.
Now, of course, that one we don't keep in promise now.
They didn't rub themselves in the mud, so that's why they got respected.
No. The thing is that they kind of befitting better.
I'm not talking. Either windows.
Nobody can get that better again.
I knew it was.
Where's African TV? Is it? It should come up now. African TV, come up.
I know African TV will be. I know
you. He's
always walking around.
Everything. Ojaboni.
This African TV is here. I wanted to ask. I know that this Bamishe is here. Bamishe's matter on TikTok. I mean, I don't know. I know you brought it on TikTok into this J4M movement and to get people's awareness, and then you spoke about what you and your lawyers are doing and all of that. But I don't think. I mean, maybe I've missed the gist too. I don't think you are given the credits. I mean, at least I know that you didn't start it 2022 when the whole matter started. But at least from what you have done in the community of this TikTok J4M circle, I don't think they're giving you that credit. And why do you think this is so? Did you pull out at some point, or what actually happened? Because I'm hearing Bamishe, and I'm not hearing African TV along with it in this circle.
New this thing. New foundation is even in track now.
Huh? Is African TV there? Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I just jumped in and I heard some people talking like they're castigating me, but I can't pick out any negative words. So for those who are castigating or trying to speak ill of me, go ahead.
I don't think they were castigating you before you go too far. They were actually saying you started something which they criticized and later started doing what you were about to do. So I think that was from my understanding of the discussion.
Okay. What happened was we were.
Let me respond to Escapade. Let me respond. She's cleared me because I just jumped in and I heard people saying African TV is here. He's always jumping around. That was all I heard.
Nobody should insult African TV, both on the comment section on the panel, please.
Comment.
Let me answer, guys. Let me answer Escapade, please. Let me answer Escapade. I just needed to clear that. We shouldn't make it a subject matter. Now, yes, some people are taking credit for Bamishe. Some new foundation rather, trying to take the glory, or they are making themselves feel happy and feel good. Whatever makes anybody happy, they're welcome to it. Whatever rocks your boat. Go ahead, but just a little background based on the question that I was asked. As a matter of fact, when Bamishe died, and for those who care to know, Bamishe practically lived in my neighborhood. Bamishe lived 5 minutes from where I am talking to you from right now in Ogun State. The day that she died, and when the protest came, they actually came through my doorsteps, my business location here in Ogun State, and I took part in the protest and asked about Bamishe, what happened, who she was. Now that's how I got involved in it. Um, at this point, it was more like on the ground level, and eventually after about a year and a half of the case going on in court, I came to the realization that the family was being dragged up and down, going to court almost every 2 weeks. If you know Nigeria and you know Lagos, transportation, going to court and the defense not showing up and the defense playing them, manipulating the legal protocol, the legal procedures. So when the J4M Justice for Mohbad took a nasty turn and I became Cocolicious, I became Agba Yahoo, I became all the unmentionable names, my foundation members now said, you know what, leave J4M, and since you are trying to fight for Nigerians, there are many more cases that you could get involved in. And that was when the light bulb came up on Bamishe. So a year and a half or so into the justice, the family being dragged back and forth, justice not being rendered, we got involved. And when we got involved, the governor of Lagos State, according to the information that we have, called the DPP and said, hey, DPP, this case is still going on. African TV is now involved. Are you guys trying to make me look bad? This message was conveyed in the courtroom. I heard it on the second mentioning of African TV by the DPP in front of the judge. So for me, that's kudos, because that was when I realized that this name African TV is actually more than what I thought. You know, when you're doing things, you're just doing what you want to do. So, when you're doing things, you're just being yourself. We're fighting out of empathy, out of humanity. We're not looking for glory. I'm not looking for glory. I'm not looking for money. I spend my money. I paid 3 lawyers, a San Ojutolayo in Ogun State. He used to be chairman of the Ogun State Bar Association Otta branch. Look up that name. Very handsome, old school, traditional lawyer. I paid his services. I paid 2 other law firms after that. So I've got 3 lawyers engaged in the justice for Bamishe. So now when the DPP mentioned this to the judge, I'm like, wow, you little boy. So even governor, big people know you, I'm like, okay, cool. So the impact of African TV in the justice for Bamishe is we sped it up. We gave them a shocker. They realized that whatever they were doing in that courtroom, and to be honest with you, the defense was a very nasty human being. He fought the family. In one of actually the day that the SAN office went, it was recorded where the defense was going to actually beat up the Bamishe sister. So the defense was dragging, he's going to get paid his salary. They already knew this guy was guilty. So all they were doing was they could drag it for 10 years. They could have at least dragged that case for 10 years and nothing nobody could do about it, because they're in court. You say go to court, we're in court. However long the court takes, that's up to the best man, how you can manipulate the legal procedure. So this man was doing that. But when we came in, we challenged him. Our lawyers got the legal statutes that we could use to push things up. And we pushed it up, and that's why you have the date of May 2nd. If African TV had not been involved, that case would have been dead and dragged on for maybe another 5-10 years. So the best thing we ever did was push the procedure. They say justice delayed is justice denied. They were denied for 3 years, but we locked it up and made sure that they got the conviction. The man is going to be hung, you like it or not. He's sentenced. That case is closed and is dusted, and we have drawn the curtain on Bamishe. But what is sad that most people should know is that in this justice community of TikTok, some people are very mischievous. Some people are very envious. Some people mean no good. And I have experienced all of that. The wicked, the ugly, the demons, they've come after African TV. And they're still coming after African TV because the recent exposure of the demons taking credit for what they did not do. When I was paying lawyers to go to Bamishe, they did not know, they were not there. When I flew home to go to Bamishe, they did not know. When I visited the family of Bamishe on a posthumous birthday, they were not there. When I was giving Bamishe family money to transport to court, they were not there. I'm talking transport to go to court. They are not my family members. They are not my friends. I didn't know them from Jack. But so many times they dip into my pocket for transport. So many times they dipped into my pocket for charity purpose. Big brother, big brother. When I was buying them minerals, nobody was there. But all these numbnuts, demons now claim they're doing t-shirts for justice for Bamishe. What justice did you get for Bamishe? What did you do for Bamishe family? What promotion did you do for Bamishe, you ingrates, you demonic people from hell? They are taking credit. In English language, there's something we call false gaiety. False gaiety, meaning pretentious happiness. Make una dey pretend, make una dey make una self happy.
Okay, let me interrupt you, sir. Let me interrupt you a little bit. At what point did you fall out with Bamishe's family?
What at the point where the madams and the demons decided that they want to manipulate the Bamishe family. That's the point. We never had a problem with Bamishe family. Now, if there was any problem, I would say I told them we're not going to go public asking for money.
Okay.
This business is not about money. I'm not associating with you to go out and start conversing, telling them your papa is old, your mama is old, the medication is this. When I meet a client, I tell them, if you're a carpenter, continue your carpentry. If you're a janitor, continue your janitorial work. If you're a mechanic, continue your mechanic work. Don't think because you lost a family member, you will be dragged or going on social media asking for money. The Bamishe that died is not the breadwinner. And even when breadwinners go, people survive. Don't get into blood money. That is the only point I can say. They didn't like that. They did not like it because somebody in the family is greedy out there peddling, my daddy is sick, my mommy is sick, my aged family, my this family. I beg, your aged family, they are surviving. We don't need blood money. Now, because I am strict on that principle, the demons use that to be dragging this particular person. Oh, come and tell us your story. Oh, come and tell us your business. Okay, we're not giving you money because of Bamishe, but we're giving it to support your family. We're giving it to support your business. Nonsense. If Bamishe had not died, none of these motherfuckers would know your name. None of them would be giving you a dime. So any money you collect is because of the death of Bamishe, and that is equal to blood money. That is why they don't like me. And that is why they manipulated the poor girl, that they would give them a new lawyer, they would give them a sign, drop African TV. They had a campaign against African TV. Why are you following African TV? Drop African TV, leave African TV. You numbnuts. When African TV was sweating, was giving his own personal money, none of you were there. Now you want to take glory. I bet I'm gonna carry glory. I've done my job. I played my part. I ran my race. Justice is served. That's all we need. And I will spend my money again, and I will borrow again to help the needy. So you go on and continue to be ungrateful. The more you're ungrateful, the more the society sees who you are. You're not happy that you got a death sentence.
I'm sorry, sir. Let me interrupt you. I'm sorry, because I'm feeling the shakiness in your voice, and I see that you're very emotional as you're speaking right now. And I think I kind of know how you feel, you know. You've done all these things without asking anybody for money. You've been the one going back and forth, giving the family money, paying the lawyers, talking with them, making sure everything is okay and the justice must be served. And you have done this now. The justice has been served. And from me, myself, I'm saying thank you for everything you've done for family, Bamishe family. Because I know there was a time you were telling her not to come on TikTok. There was a time I heard you saying she shouldn't come on TikTok and be talking to everybody because the case is already in court. There's no point going all around and be saying the same thing all over again. So let the courts and the judges do their job and the lawyers. But she didn't listen to you, and some medicine interlopers came in and they disrupt all those things. They make it look like you are the bad person who doesn't want her to associate with other people. And now, again, let me go back to the justice of Mohbad. I said it earlier, myself and Dabs were saying the same thing you talk about Mohbad, not to do then. To sit it back inside, not to come out and be saying everything outside, right? And now it's back in, it's not talking now. The same templates you gave them in the beginning is what is occurring now. You see what I mean? So back to Bamishe case, me, from myself, I'm giving you all the accolades because you deserve it. You did the wonderful thing and you made justice happen. So thank you so very much for everything you have done for them. Thank you, sir.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank
Very
you,
good,
brother.
very good speech. Very good, very good submission from Monamo there. Because when I heard that you were here, I pleaded that you should please come up, and it was for a reason. Because because I haven't heard it, and I'm thinking I may have missed it, but I'm sure I didn't miss it. That the at least, even if it's a little, just like Monamo has just simply, it didn't take her, all she said is less than 1 minute to at least appreciate what you've done. I didn't hear that from anywhere. And I wanted you to have at least this platform as an outlet. And we could feel it in your voice. We could see that how you were feeling came out in your voice. And it is not right for anybody to feel that way after. There are people everywhere collecting money. They want to do that they haven't done. And you, I don't know where you got your money, the money you used from, but we didn't hear that some people collected money for you to get a sign for Bamishe, and you did all of these things. You brought the thing back, because I remember I engaged you on Lideris's platform the other day when I said, but African TV, this same government that you are saying are not doing anything for the Bamishe case are the people that have done the autopsy, and they've said that they've said that the guy raped, or whatever they said supports the case that the man is guilty. And you made one statement that day that you were not saying that the government was not doing anything. You were saying that, and you mentioned it here too, that they were stalling on the case, and what you were doing at the time was to speed it up, because you said the prosecutor would come, they will waste time, they know what they are doing. Like you said earlier, they know the guy is guilty, but then pushing to judgment, they are stalling on the case, they are wasting time. This was what you told me that day. And now I could see between that time and now, judgment has been passed. It's happened. So obviously you did something, because at the point you went into it, I engaged you on that matter. Why are you going about saying government has done nothing? And you made it clear that you know about government not doing anything, but the prosecutor has stalling that, delaying the case, and your own mission is to speed it up, to get the government to do what they should be. And now we're here. It's been done. So anybody coming around to say they did it or they did that is fine, but whatever you are saying that you did, but you must acknowledge that at some point, this man got involved, made all the noise, got the case, brought the case back to life, and now we're here, it's done.
Escapade. Sorry, my brother. First, let me appreciate you. You know what you did. You know what he did. I know what you did.
Yeah. I know. We know that. Yeah.
I'm not going to loud it. Let me say this. I want to thank the judge of the High Court in Igbosere for a wonderful job after we got involved. And I want to thank Lagos State Governor for getting involved, recognizing African TV involvement. And I want to thank the entire justice system of Lagos State. You see, the reason I'm thanking these people is because We humans, we always want to blame the government. We witch hunt the government, and we don't even do anything to empower the government or to support the government to do the right thing. When you get involved, excuse me, I'm actually very emotional. It's sad, but it's okay. When you want to change the system, you have to get involved. You petition the government, you request accountability from the government, then you can speak. You see, the government is an ambiguous language or entity. One police officer collecting bribe on the streets or on the highway does not equal all the other police officers that are pushing the vehicle of a broken down old lady on the street. Yes, no human being is perfect. You that you're listening to me, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You call my wife, she'll tell you, oh, my husband is the most stubborn human being. You know, you call my workers, they'll say, Oga is very strict. Oh, Oga no, they take nonsense. But the same people will tell you, oh, Oga gave me money when I had my naming ceremony, or Oga surprised me. So nobody, for us to hold the government accountable is the only thing we need. And that is on justice for Mohbad. I keep saying there are Pandora boxes that we need to open. We need to charge those.
Let's power tap. Let's keep tapping. Thank you. Continue, sir.
Thank you. We need to arrest, detain, and expel the fraudsters in justice for Mohbad. We need to do the same thing. Expel, charge the mercenary justice fighters who are not here to do justice, but they are here to derail, to distract, and to frustrate our efforts. We need to begin to hold these boxes accountable one at a time, and that is when we'll get to the root of who killed Mohbad. Don't be surprised that they've sent people out to distract you, derail, and frustrate your effort. So let's go back to the basis how we started fighting for Mohbad. We've lost almost 2 years. And for us to do that boy justice, all you think tankers, close your ears, close your eyes to all the noise. Focus on details. Why did they not deal with Mohbad's original petition? What has the police done about Mohbad's original petition? All the parties named by Mohbad, what legal consequences befalls them? The police officers that did not treat the petition, what are we doing about them? What are we doing about the 15 or so people that were closest to Mohbad? Lifestyle has disappeared abroad. How many more will disappear before we get the police to hold all these people accountable? I'm not saying they're all guilty, but I'm saying if we get the police to do the job of the police, to investigate them, the truth will hit us faster than we expect. The truth is right before us, but we are caught up in noise, we're caught up in fighting, we're caught up in abuses, we're caught up in camera down, all the nonsense that is going on needs to stop. We need to stop.
African TV, let me just see. I think on the justice for Mohbad issue, I think the what people should understand is that everything comes to an end. People believe that this thing will never end or should never end. And why I'm saying so is that when you look at the whole thing from the start, okay, it was unclear on either side. People, this one saying this person did it, this person did this, this person did that. But then as things have unfolded, it is clear that, okay, maybe what we were thinking happened is not what actually happened. And this is where people have refused to accept that, oh, I thought this person did it, but from what I can see so far, it is clear that this person didn't do it, or it is clear that there is no evidence that this person did it. Let me put it that way. And then let us just close that chapter. Oh, this person, it is clear this person didn't do it. From what, but people keep coming up with narratives and things to imagine now. I mean, the reason they put this picture, I think, firstly, maybe you take this chairman off or take him off the.
Oh, let him be there. We'll be there all day.
Yeah, because I didn't want it to look like it's a buying. Anyway, I didn't want it to look like it's a buying we are still talking about.
No, I'm
like
not done with chairman. No.
Him yesterday, or I don't know if he said it yesterday or today, now still saying they heard Liam, a 2-year-old boy, saying that is my daddy's car, meaning that the father is not Mohbad and the father was around that area at the time that he said it. A 2-year-old. You can imagine that. That is now a topic to tell us that no, they killed him. Even if he said that, a 2-year-old can say anything. If he said that, okay, even if the father is somewhere there, does that still mean that they killed? Does that still show any kind of evidence that the boy was killed? From what we can see now, from what, let me just give me 30 seconds. Let me just quickly finish. What we can see is there's a nurse that said, I went there, I injected him, he reacted, I tried to get an antidote, blah, blah, blah. It happened, they took him to the poured water, whatever the story is. I went there on a Tuesday. I did this, I did that. Everybody else says something that is Tuesday. Nobody in that house have come out to say Monday. Then people after 18 months are still saying that Mohbad said he died on a Monday. Mohbad wasn't there. Mohbad went there on Tuesday. If Mohbad is saying he died on a Monday, did she go there on Monday? She went there with Baba on Tuesday. Baba said they went there on Tuesday. You get all of these stories, the people that are involved, everybody involved have mentioned Tuesday. Right? Everybody mentioned, but people on TikTok have a narrative that they don't believe there's a nurse. They don't believe the nurse treated Mohbad. That now they're saying maybe the nurse injected Adura. By the time she went to get the antidote, they changed it to Mohbad. Blah blah blah. Why is it that? Why are we now? What we are relying on to keep the case alive that he was killed is narratives plucked from thin air by people on TikTok. There's nothing in the testimonies that is leading to that. And now you are hearing people like Chairman saying because Liam said what he said, I heard something close to daddy, but daddy's car, blah, blah, blah. That is a lie. Even if he said that, that is one thing they want us to keep believing that they killed him.
Please, yeah? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Let's stick to this Bamishe thing because you see, this justice for Mohbad is going to bring some, comments and everybody want to say something. But I just want
you're right.
to go back home today on this platform and raise your shoulder, high, that you have done something good. Small or little or a lot of money you've spent on Bamishe case, you did well. Justice has been served. And you see those people that cannot even buy their dog food, that they're just there behind you, copying everything you've been doing, putting notes down on how you've been handling cases, now going out there and saying they have one nonsense NGO. And the same case you are also working on is what they are interested in to go hijack. Now they've done that. So what have they gained? Nothing. But you, African TV, brought it here on TikTok for us to know this is going on. And big or small, people have used you to bless that family one way or the other. And now you told the lady not to go out there and be talking and be saying all these things out there. So the justice we are looking for will be served. So it will look like Mohbad case. But she didn't listen to you, and because she wants some money through thing, and she's thinking probably the case can also be like that Mohbad case where everybody can be giving them money and all that. But
I like to add something. I like to add even the same lady was trying to condemn Wumi.
Exactly.
Trying to put up a comment to say, oh, Wumi should not be allowed to travel.
Thank you, Dad.
Blah,
she
blah,
has
blah.
to do that.
And she doesn't know. No, I think she doesn't. First and foremost, she doesn't know what J4M is on TikTok. She doesn't know there's a diversion of
Dad, she
Team
knows.
A and Team. No. You know what? I said so. you know when you know about something, and if you go offline for 2 weeks without coming online, there's a different interest every
She is
single day.
always online. She's always
No,
on
no, 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 no,
TikTok.
no, no. I want to cut her a slack that she doesn't know the side that I involve.
Okay.
Because if she knows the side that I involve in this case, she would not want to just say somebody who has not been arrested, who has not been a party to like the what's it called, the closest person who could be convicted, saying that person should be restricted of traveling out, that if the person decides to travel, that's the end of the case. For me, I feel like she was being coerced to say that, in the sense that the environment she was sitting at that particular moment would influence her idea.
Yeah.
And now I see why African TV was saying there are some
Not
things
go
that you don't come
on.
on the internet to come and, if you
Exactly.
come very often, you would then, you will end up, putting mouth in different topics that are unrelated to, you get, that are unrelated to the major concern at hand. So
Exactly.
now, she doesn't know she had offended some parties right now. And I hope this message gets to her and then she comes back to fix that particular part, because forever she would definitely not know, but maybe she knows, I don't know. But some
No,
parts,
I'm praying she learned the hard way.
no, 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 no. We don't
You
know.
see,
See,
Dabs,
see,
wait, let me
yeah.
finish. Dabs, let me finish. Me, I'm hoping she learned the hard way. And the reason why I said so is because someone came all the way from abroad to your doorstep, sat you down and your family to tell you this, that, this is what I want to do to your case. I'm going to get you lawyers to go and work with you in the court so they can speed up the whole process. Instead of giving you date and date, you go there, they will cancel the day, they will say, come this other day and all that. Nothing is happening. African TV came in and everything was working well, fine. Then they gave them the dates, they gave them the last sitting they had that the judgment was passed. So what else are you looking for? Why are you out there still saying the same thing? You see what I mean? And this lady, Natural, actually, I don't want to mention it, but I've mentioned it. This lady, the NGO lady, got to know this Bamishe through African TV. So why the hell are you still interested in the case? Someone you have been shadowing all around, you are still interested in it. You that cannot even buy your dog food. What do you do? What do they call? Madam. So African
So,
TV, me to you, you did well, very, very well. And Bamisha in heaven, she's praying for you right now. Say thank you for everything you have done for her, for the justice she has got. And again, God is fighting your battle, because you see this Bamisha's sister was also on Olori Ebi platform today. Paso Tafin Oyaleyin, tó wà lórí ẹ̀dà fúnyàwó, wọ́n ti fi dínà Anthony NGO náà.
what did they no new
Ọlọ́run
babe,
ti jẹ́
right?
kòbókò, wọ́n ti fún wọn
What
ní
did
kò
they
lórí sà.
go?
So Emma worry,
Wait,
God is fighting
more
your
more,
battle.
more. You forgot to add that even the NGO people have flogged the Bamishe sister too, that she's
They
guilty.
fly.
So let her learn the hard way. So she
they
will
give
now
her
see the
what
importance
today.
of African TV. Now, so it happen. God bless you, my brother. On Bamisha issue, you did well.
Thank you. Let me close by saying there was a time when justice for Mohbad was so hot that when we tried to talk about Bamishe, people did not even listen to us. When we were trying to create the awareness on TikTok, and I knew those were very sensitive period when all the wotos were going on, and I would always try to infuse Bamishe. It is sad that some people would now come today and say they are taking over Bamishe's case. It is sad. Now, for those who are listening, there is still something for the Bamishe family. Civil liability. Anybody who wants to get involved and help them, the state and BRT will be held liable. We have planted in the transcript in the CTC the loophole, the legal loophole that can benefit the family for the rest of their life. And that is, if I take away any pain, that is the pain that I take away, that what we are supposed to do, we have stopped. And I hope somebody will take over. And that person, I'm saying this secret, in the CTC, legally we have planted what will give the family civil liability. And I hope whoever is involved will go and look for it. Or if you call me, I will tell you the family can be blessed forever. if they do the right thing. But unfortunately, the demons have been involved, and if Bamishe family, if they don't take care to see the demons that are now involved with them, they will miss everything. Bamishe's death yet could be a blessing in disguise for the family. That's all I'm going to say. Now, this African TV that you belittle, this African TV that you betray, this cocolicious 70-30 Agbayawu is the same man who defeated Aloba in court. Is the same man who got Yomi arrested and on bail. Is the same man who has filed 250 million naira lawsuit against Kangaroo Nigerian Police Zone 2 Division. I'm working legally. I'm doing things legally. I'm not here to fraud. I'm not here to brag. I'm here to change my country. And like the lady that has given thanks today, God bless you, madam, for appreciating the little we have done. But there is still very much more that we can do. And I'm begging everybody, let me be. Let me be. Let me be. Let me do what God has asked me to do. I'm not after you. I'm not for your glory. And I'm not even for glory. I'm an old man who has lived the best part of my life abroad, and I want to enjoy Nigeria in my retiring days. That's why I'm doing this. God bless everybody. Escapade. Thank you again. Thank you
Thank
again.
you. Thank you for
Thank you.
coming at
Thank
least.
you for coming. And again, sir, before you go, I have a little piece of advice to give you. Cut your circle small. As in very, very small. Because you give everything out the first day you meet with them. Remember, your template is what J4M is using up until this moment. And same thing is happening in Bamishe case. So henceforth, please cut it very, very, very small. God bless you.
Noted. Noted. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Good night, African TV. Thanks for coming.
Ekpele, bye. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Ekpele. Hello,
Thank
Ekpele, sir.
Monamo, you did a very good job tonight. I was emotional even when you were speaking.
Yeah,
I mean, it's good to appreciate. I mean, you on this Bamishe case or on this that coming to justice for
exactly.
Mohbad Seku,
It's good to
you can't take it away
recognize
from me.
when somebody has done well.
Yeah.
The man did well on Bamishe case.
On
Nothing
Bamishe
else.
case, you can't
Nobody
take it
can
away
tell
from
me.
me.
You can't take it away from you. One Ajilomoto Foundation can't come after the whole thing has already been settled. You are not taking all the glory. Abba.
Did she get a lawyer involved, or did she
Which
even do
lawyer?
anything
What
towards
the
the
only
case
camera
that
TikTok she dey carry up
she's not
they
getting?
feed all her
I
aunties.
saw the girl on Olori Ebi. I was wondering what is she doing
Who be
there?
the new who be the one who is taking the glory now, please?
Person where we don't fit buy food for dog now. Person where they do firewall.
Natural.
Which kind of
Natural
nonsense
they
be that?
talk.
If you dey hear me, now
Did you
me they
notice
talk. So
last
if you
week
do
they said
anyhow,
his
we go see anyhow.
NGO
Our mama lost she will.
his
Me, I know that.
English ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ burúkú yẹn mú àlèlè woman yẹn.
Me, I know that they didn't give African TV the due, like at least glory for the whatever. I didn't know that another person was claiming it. You get? I know Natural opened a new NGO. I didn't know she was actually claiming to be the one that that did the job.
Everybody's now opening NGO.
NGO is like, I don't even understand.
NGO that water.
I know Lati was talking about opening one the other day. I don't know if he's opened it yet.
Even there's one of us.
I know there's that guy that is always on Lati.
There's one of us too that just open NGO too.
They can open it as long as they but I mean, I will tell you, most people are just doing, they want money, they want to make money.
I want to open too. People will come out.
if they open it and do what
NGO that water.
They want to use it to help people or whatever, fine. But I mean, most of it is they look for opportunity. They look for things that are trending, and then they start themselves.
Give me 1 second. Bamishe's sister, I know you may be here or they might be recording for you. I've said what I said, and that's on
Chama ti
period.
wọlé dé, Chama
One day,
wọlé dé.
Mayegun sọnù. Tẹ́ bá kóra yín kúrò mi bàtán.
Mayegun àgbàyà.
2x2 lẹ máa
Mayegun
gbà.
tó analyse 2 years old ọmọ.
Chairman, please come up if you can.
2 years
Make you not call me up, kò ní farare lọ o.
Anyway, you
Let's
see,
listen to
let me tell you something. Please stop calling him Mayegun here. This guy is a pure agbe at that level.
My sister,
Almost 2 years.
let me give the sister one piece of advice before we jump to the other topic. I'm sorry, ma. Thank you. Miss Yemi Shutu ẹjọ́ fún mi 1 minute ẹjọ́ ma. Bamishe sister, olójú kòkòrò ni ẹ́, aláìnítẹ́lọ́rùn ara Galatia ni ẹ́. Dúpẹ́ pé Ọlọ́run taari olóore sí yín. Mo ń sọ Yorùbá so that you will understand what I'm trying to say because òyìnbó yẹn lè má yí ẹ dáadáa. Dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pé no, this is more than more.
Money more.
Justice tẹ́ ń wá.
More than boy, different distance.
Ọlọ́run ti fún yín ní justice yẹn one way or the other.
Sounds like
wọ́n wá ń pariwo kiri tó ń sunkún pé òrójú ẹni tó ṣe nǹkan.